So I'm going to bring on our mentor, Dr. Breakthrough, the breakthrough specialist, guys, built teams of millions. He's going to help you do the same thing, guys. Let's bring him on today. Dr. Breakthrough, it's breakthrough time.
Shark. Hey, welcome everybody. Good morning. What an incredible day. We've got a special guest, Mr. Philip Hudgins. And you definitely, my friend, oh, goodness gracious, you want to be ready. It's going to be incredible. And so I just want to take just a moment and, let you know that I decided I'm going to proclaim the truth until it produces what needs to be true. Come on, somebody. In other words, I'm going to speak the truth until it's true. And so this July declaration, how to make your July a jubilant July. So we pray, declare, and decree according to Job 22:28, Romans 4:17b, and Mark 11:23 that July is an incredibly blessed month. Every week of July is blessed, and every day will be a blessed day for my family, my team, and I. We are walking in the freedom, anointing, and strength of our mighty God. We are experiencing supernatural peace and joy based on his word that we receive and believe. July is our month of great freedom, great grace, great power, great favor, great connections, great wisdom, and great revelation. We believe and receive miracles. We expect and experience spiritual, financial, physical, emotional, business, and relationship breakthroughs. July brings greater wellness, wisdom, and wealth. We are increasing and breaking through every barrier that tries to hinder us and our success. We hear the voice of God clearly and speak his word with power, clarity, as well as unbridled authority. We continually thank and praise our mighty God because no weapon that is formed against us can prosper, and every weapon that we may have formed in our own mind against ourselves, we now cancel and reverse it through the blood of Jesus Christ. We are committed and will break to everything that they said we couldn't have, as well as what we in our ignorance used to believe that we couldn't have. We are prosperous. We are overcomers. We are experiencing divine supernatural increase in breakthroughs. New discoveries spring forth for us in this incredibly blessed month. Our God is raising up powerful people in prominent places that will use their power, wealth, and influence to empower us to achieve his purpose in our lives. We anticipate receiving this or more by the end of July or sooner. We ask and shall receive this all in the name that's above every name, the precious name of Jesus. And so, my friend, our special guest, Mr. Philip Hudgins, remember I said to you, if you believe like we believe and do like we do, what happens for us can happen for you, but because we're not the standard, it can happen even better for you. And so, my friend, I'm telling you, you are in for a blessing. So get something to write on, something to write with. The next voice you hear will be the voice of Mr. Philip Hudgins, a very humble man of God who has allowed God to use him in business. You know, it's kind of like one guy said, he said, man, Jim Rohn said to the guy, told the story about the farmer, said, you've got a beautiful field. And the farmer said, yeah, you should have seen it when, no, he said, God, has a beautiful field. He said, you should have seen it when God had it all by himself. Come on now. So when God works through us, see, God works through our work. And Philip has been a man who's worked, and God's blessed him incredibly. And now somebody that's going to win the contest gets to spend a weekend with him. He's going to give you some training to help you to reach your dreams, your goals, and get the freedom that God has ordained for you. Mr. Philip Hudgins, appreciate you, my friend, CEO of Invita, and just doing so many great things. Sold a business for over $100 million, but now he's back at it and helping and empowering people, and he's going to help you this morning. So thank you, sir, for investing time in the people on the call.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me okay this morning?
Loud and clear, champ.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you. I wanted to kind of beep in a while ago when he was asking everybody where they're from. I'm from the Big D, folks, Danville, Virginia. Okay, I know most of y'all think that's Dallas. That's okay. But anyway, that's just a little joke. You got to be here to know and understand. You know, I was talking to Dr. Stan earlier this morning, that's a little clue. You know, the call is 7 o'clock your time, and we were talking earlier. Time is money. Can't get it back. When you lay your head on your pillow tonight, 24 hours went by. You get up tomorrow and do the same thing, same 24 hours goes by, and you get the same results. So always be paying attention. Clues through everything that we say, okay? Just because we've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. So what I decided this morning after talking with him for the group that's on the call is let's get back to basics. Let's go back to boot camp, okay? That's a good place to start. Sometimes we forget where we came from. And let's really define, and it doesn't matter to me, folks. It doesn't matter to me the name on your door. If you're out here in business for yourself, attempting to be in business for yourself, moving products, hiring people, okay, what business are you really in? If you define that from your heart, what would that business be? I don't care if you're selling umbrellas and I'm selling parachutes. It don't matter. What business are we really in? And I define it, folks, as the dream selling business. See, I think that's where most people today fail in America is because they've lost their dream. They've given up, all right? And it's not something you hear on your JOB, Journey on the Broke, just over broke, okay? It's not something you hear from your boss. If you spell it backwards, excuse me, folks, but it's double SOB, okay? So those things need to be out of your life, and you need to be striving to be independent. I don't believe in my heart we were born to be in bondage, okay? I just don't believe that. And I didn't believe that when I was carrying water across the street in buckets. But all I could do is keep doing it, just like Jim Rome just said on that little thing we were listening to, okay? Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Don't sign up for that class. I didn't sign up to stay in that class to tote water. I just closed my eyes and said, Lord, you got something better for me. Just show me. Teach me. Point me in the right direction. I'll do the work. Another clue. Point me in the right direction. I'll do the work. Okay? There's a little 4-letter word that most of us despise. We don't want to say it. We don't want to hear it. We don't want anybody to imply it. And it's WORK. I don't care what's the sign on your door again. It's going to require work. It's going to require hard work. You want to do what most people don't do. You got to be willing to pay the price that most people won't pay. And the deal is the price that you think you got to pay to make it happen is always 1,000 times bigger. And the problem is you aren't willing to pay the original price. So it doesn't happen. Now, I'm going to talk to you about some things that's going to help you get your mindset right and make it happen for you. All right? So what better week or month would it be to talk about our financial independence, our freedom? Okay? Now, I was told years ago, Dr. Breakthrough, that as long as somebody else is signing your checks, you're not free. It's bondage again. It's bondage. For 37 years, folks, for 37 years, the good Lord above has allowed me to sign my own checks. And I don't mean this to be cocky, but I haven't had to answer to any man. That's freedom. That's freedom. I think we were put here for that. I don't think we were put here to answer the other. Now, am I respectful? Yes. Do I listen? Yes. Do I take leadership and mentorship from? Absolutely. But I'm saying nobody's got a thumb over me saying when I can get up, when I can go to bed, what I got to do in between. I am financially independent. I can do that. Okay? So I'm going to give you another clue. It's probably not even the business you're in that's going to make you financially independent. But if you've got the right vehicle to go out and make the amount of money you need to get where you need to be in your field. Now, Dr. Breakthrough is an amazing pastor. So if he uses 10 vehicles to get him to the point that all he's got to do is go around this country and preach to people and lead people to Christ for free, that's what he would want to do. I know him. Okay? So bottom line, how do you get to that point? How do you get the point? Money is not the root of all evil, folks. You've got to read the scripture. The love of money is the root of all evil. Okay? Money won't make you bad and it won't make you good, but it will magnify you terribly on whatever side of the fence you fall on. I had a business partner one time. Seemed like a nice guy. We got this thing started, got rolling. The bigger we got, the more his horns grew. I mean, I just got to say it that way it is. So he was bad, broke, but when you can't rub two nickels together and come up with a dime, you can't see it. When he got a little money, oh my goodness, it just imploded. And I just said, I'm out of here. Buy me out. I got to go. Can't work with you. So let's get started, folks. Dream selling. All right. So basically, whatever business you think you're in, you're not. We think we're in the selling business, but we're in the people business. See, your business, my business, his business, it's all about people. And you don't sell people. People buy you. Think about that one. People will look in your eyes and tell if you're at home or not. And one of the hardest things to do, folks, is to get what you know in. And bottom line, Pastor Kenny said this up front, okay? What goes into your mind, that's the 6 inches between your ears. That's only the first step. What you listen to, what you read, what you study, who you pay attention to, who you hang around with. You ever heard you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas? Okay, who you hang around with is going to determine. But you know what? When you get it through that 6 inches, now it's in your head. It's got to go 18 inches to your heart for people to really believe in what you're saying. They can't hear what you're saying for watching what you're doing. Okay? So you have to set the right example. Folks, this is some tough stuff, but I'm telling you, if you could see my fingers together, I'm rubbing my thumb and my forefinger together. And there's no space between it. I'm just rubbing it. Okay? And the difference in winning and losing is that small. You can't see it, taste it, feel it, or smell it, but it's there. I promise you. It's there. And you're not off track, but one, not even a degree. I mean, it doesn't take much. If you leave Miami, Florida, and the plane is 1/10 of 1 degree off and you're heading to New York, you're going to miss your target by thousands of miles. Just 1/10 of 1 degree. Because you're going the wrong direction. And the further you go, you can't fix it. You got to get in the right direction. Okay? That's what Dr. Breakthrough said. Listen to people. Listen to mentors. Pay attention. But when you get it in, folks, you have to internalize it for other people to believe it. And I'm going to give you one more clue, folks. I'm going to give you a bunch, but one more right now. The day you put the first person in business, whatever your business is, you just gave up your right to remain average and ordinary. It ain't about you no more. It's about them. And if your vision and your dream and your aspirations and everything in your heart is not big enough for them to achieve theirs, don't bring them in, folks. You're doing them an injustice. You're doing them unservice. Don't bring them in. I promise you, you hang around with me, you will never catch my vision. My vision expands every single day because I keep putting people in and people in and people in, and I got to grow bigger, and I got to come. I laid awake last night, 5 o'clock in the morning, got back up at 6, okay, putting together something to inspire my people to move for the next 6 months. I'm always on the move. I'm always thinking, and it's not about me, it's about them. So understand, folks, we're not in the selling business. We're in the people business, okay? And all of this is going to help you achieve your financial independence. This is where we're headed with this. So let's define the American dream. Let's talk about it a little bit. I got about 8 bullet points here that I want you to write down. For me, it started with, Lord, I just want to be somebody. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I just want to be somebody. What does that mean? What does it mean to you? Define it for yourself. So I'll give you a couple clues. I got sick and tired of going to the grocery store with a calculator and a notepad with the list of stuff that I'm supposed to pick up. And halfway down the aisle, I got to put the meat back because I got to get diapers, because I got a budget. And I don't have the money to bring home what I need to bring home for my family. Been there, done that, folks. If you walking down the aisle and you're in the cereal section and there's a steak laying there, somebody else is in that too. You need to find the person to put that steak back and show them how to go buy that steak. See, that's a miserable feeling when you're looking at your children and they want some chewing gum or they want a piece of candy and you don't have the money to pay for it. Not about the money. We'll get it next time, son. We'll get it next time. How long can you keep telling your family that stuff? We'll take a vacation next year. You can't do that, folks. You can't do that. You have to step up and take care of business. Okay? Now, you want to be known in your community. What does that mean? A lot of people just won't pay. I don't ask for it. Dr. Breakthrough's been to my house. I can't count the times. And we go out to eat, and he just sits there and looks and smiles. Everybody, the mayor comes in. Everybody comes in. Hey, folks, how you doing? Hey, buddy, doing all right? Yeah. What does that mean? I don't know. It just means they respect me and I respect them. You can't buy respect. It ain't about money. It ain't about money. Everybody comes to see me on Sunday morning. If they're at my house, we go to church together. And I sit on the front row, and my pastor, love him to death. He loves me, his kids. We watch them grow up, taking them on vacation, help build his house, all this kind of stuff. Why? Because we can. And it never fails. He comes out of that pulpit, he hugs my neck, tells me he loves me, and I talk to him about his sermon. I'll introduce the people, and without a doubt, and I'm like, dude, stop doing that. You're embarrassing me. He's like, I don't know who y'all are, but I know who he is. And he starts telling them, this guy does this and does this and does. I was like, dude, I didn't bring him here for that. I brought him here to hear the word. We in church. Stop. But in your community, build churches, help the homeless. I mean, I was, and I don't want to get too far off track, but I was in a church one time, and I'm not going to call the name and tell them the denomination and all that stuff, but man, I woke up and it was just like bondage. And these folks thought they were doing what they were supposed to be doing, and I'm not knocking them, not talking about them. We're not gossiping this morning. But for Christmas parties, we'd all get together and go out to a nice steakhouse and exchange gifts, and all of us could afford what we wanted. We didn't need no gifts. And the church I'm in now, we don't do that. We go to the community center in Danville, and we put up a line, and we go in and cook the food, and we stand there and sweat and serve the homeless. And we bring in gifts and spend their money for the homeless children that don't have anything for Christmas. And we make sure all of them have something. And when we're done, we go knocking on doors on the ones that can't get out and take them food. That's how we spend our Christmas Eve, giving back. So, folks, be known in your community. Want to make your family proud. Folks, I think I was talking to Dr. Breakthrough. I was talking to somebody the other day. And, the business I'm in deals, and this isn't a plug, but it deals with insurance, okay? And the only reason I said that, I don't have one single family member in my family that's ever bought a policy from me. So when Jim Rome was saying somebody left and walked away and did this, I never hired nobody in my family, no cousins, nobody. And every single one of them, listen to me close, because you're going to get this, folks. Every single one of them ridiculed me. Every single one of them said, you know what? Are you trying to be better than we are? Why don't you just live where we live? Why don't you live where you grew up? Why you got to go out here and try to do all this? Why'd you quit your good job at Goodyear? Why'd you quit your job making $50,000 a year? Well, you're going to lose everything you got. You're going to lose everything you work for. Stay right here with us. It's okay. We'll be okay. We love you. I'm like, I love you too. But I think I was put here to do something different. I think I got a different calling. I don't understand why y'all don't want to at least better yourself. And let me give you an example of that. I love crab legs. I don't know about y'all. But if you had 2 buckets and one slam full of just beautiful crabs, and one's got 1 crab in it, and you got 1 lid. Y'all taught me years ago. Which one would you put the lid on? 90% of the people say the one's full of crab. No, put it on the one that's 1. Because the one can climb up out of the bucket and get away. The rest of them will never get out of the bucket because every single crab in there is grabbing and reaching and digging and trying to get out, and they're pulling each other back down. And they wind up in the same bucket for life. That was my family. I buried every single one of them one by one when they died. They never had an insurance policy. So, folks, there are no excuses. You got to take every excuse you got and turn it into a reason. I deal with single mothers, 3 kids. And when I sit down with them and I draw my little T out, I have a lot of exercises. When you come to see me, I'm going to do a lot of training on paper. And I'll draw a T, and I'll tell people I relate that to a cross, and I can fix most anything in your life with this T right here. I can show you how to fix it. And I put down on one side for that young lady, tell me what you need. I don't really care what you want. Tell me what you need. And we go down through it. I said, now tell me what you're willing to give up. But she wouldn't give up nothing. She said, I'm a single parent. I got 3 kids. I can't go out at night. I'm like, what do you mean you can't go out at night? I got to watch my kids. I'm like, okay, you just told me you're in church. You go about 3 days a week. You clean the windows. You make the food. You set up. You sweep. You vacuum. You telling me ain't nobody about that church will help you? I'm not buying that. You don't have because you're not asking. If you don't ask, you don't get. Ask somebody to help you so you can make a living and take care of your kids. She started crying. She said, you're being mean. I said, no, ma'am, I'm being real. Your excuses are your children. No, they got to be your children's got to be the reason. When it comes time to put shoes on them baby's feet, if not you, then who? You got nobody to do it. You can't go to the store and say, I got excuses. Can you give me some shoes? That don't work. Folks, this is real life. Now, I said we're doing dream selling. I am doing dream selling. These are the kind of things you got to understand in your heart to make a change. You think because you signed up for a new opportunity, this is going to be the one. I'm going to let you in on a clue. This one, the last one was the one. You just didn't work. Now, Dr. Breakthrough, I ain't being too hard, am I?
No, sir. I was about to say, come on now. That was so good.
I was waiting
man.
for an amen, man. Because if you don't get an amen, the preacher stops preaching, brother.
Hey, I'm here writing real quick. Come on, man. Bring it on, man. That's good. Hey, by the way, Jesus said, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Come on, somebody. So come on. You're telling the truth. That's good. Come on.
All right, brother. So make your family proud. It's okay. Now, maybe you want to make 6 figures, make 7 figures, make 8 figures. Who knows? All right? But what you set out to achieve, you have to believe before you can achieve. All right? So, number 5, maybe you want to go in business for yourself, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Just the thumb off of you. All right? Maybe you want to live in a dream home. Whatever your dream home is. My first dream home was a rancher, about 2,500 square feet, a pool in the backyard. I thought I'd arrived. And it was a beautiful home, brick home, brand new car, brand new truck, all that stuff. Okay? So your dream home is your dream home, folks. But have you stopped dreaming about it? Have you just give up on it? Has your family give up on you? See, that's a terrible place to be. Terrible place to be. And most of this stuff right here that I'm talking about right now can be answered late night when you lay down in the bed and you look up at that ceiling and it's nobody but you and that ceiling looking back at you. The good Lord's above it, but nobody in that room looking back at you. Then that's when the real truth comes out. You start reminiscing. You start going through what you did this day. How much time you wasted. Just like going on a diet. My wife does Weight Watchers. She's lost 80 pounds. But I'm going to tell you what, she counts every single point. And when she gets slack, okay, and she said, oh, man, this week I gained 3 pounds. I said, baby, go back and look. You left off some points. No, I didn't. I'm like, baby, look at me. You lost 3 pounds last week. You gained 3 pounds this week. I don't care if you gain 100 pounds. This is a personal thing for you. But you can't eat the same way and lose 3 pounds and gain 3 pounds. It's physically impossible. She said, well, I did eat a cookie. I said, all right, did you put the points down? No. Well, I did do this. I took a bite of ice cream. I said, okay, you're cheating. You're cheating yourself. I said, now, it's okay. Lose 3 pounds next week. Don't get down on it. But when you stop measuring it, you can't monitor what you don't measure. All right? So living your dream up. Take the vacations that you want to take, folks. See, I worked at Goodyear. Number one, I couldn't get off in the summertime, and my kids never knew there was a beach. I could only get off in the wintertime because I had no seniority, and we went to the mountains. So my kids grew up thinking the mountains was the place to go. So they didn't know nothing about a beach. And they go to school, and they come home, and they say, Daddy, the kids said they went to the beach this week. Can we go to the beach? I'm like, the beach ain't no fun. We like the mountains better. Beach is just too hot. It's sandy. Man, I couldn't get off. It cost more to go to the beach than it did the mountains. The mountains in my backyard. I mean, it was all kinds of reasons why I couldn't take them to the beach. But number one, I had to look in the mirror. And when I was looking at that ceiling, I'm like, you know what? This is your fault. I got to fix that. Okay? Here's a big one, folks. The last one in this list right here. How about leaving a legacy? See, when I start mentoring somebody, one of the first places I start is on a blank piece of paper. And I may have said this to y'all the other day, but it's worth repeating. And I put a big why right in the middle. W-H-Y with a question mark. Okay? And you need to do this exercise for yourself. And you need to say, why am I doing what I'm doing? And I guarantee you, 98% of the people, if not more, are going to say, I need to make more money. I need to do it for my family. I want my kids to have a better life. I want to do my church. I want to build churches. I want to donate. I want to give to orphanage. I want. Okay? And it's all in front of them. But you know what? They never reach it. It never happens. Because they never reach behind them. See, you've heard some of you a little of my story. My legacy was burying my dad, selling the home I grew up in, having to finish paying for it, moving my mom in my house to live with me until she died, and then burying her too. What kind of legacy is that? They did the best they could. Nobody taught them. It wasn't their fault. I'm not mad at them. But I said, you know what? Lord willing, the creek don't rise. That's not going to happen to my family. And I get up every day early and I go to bed every day late with that one on my mind and, more importantly, in my heart. My grandkids, none of them will ever have to have a student loan to go to college. All of them will retire with what they need. Why? Because I've worked so hard to keep that from happening to them. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people across this country that we've helped do that. Just by talking to people like this, just by getting in people's face and getting in their head and getting it to their heart and getting them to understand. Okay, opportunities are a dime a dozen. And I'm telling you, you're the deal. You got to do some soul searching. You got to reach inside. Now, let's think about this, folks. What we're talking about happening, all of these things, normal people that work a job every day, nothing wrong with a job. Don't y'all misunderstand me, okay? It just ain't going to create all of this for you. But the only way this stuff is going to happen is in the free enterprise system. And here's something that people overlook. We need to remember this and write it down and talk to people. I don't care who you are, where you came from. It has nothing to do with race, creed, color, neighborhoods, mamas, dads, parents. Throw all that crap out. Folks, I was voted most likely to fail in my high school. I took a 0 on every oral book report because I wouldn't get in front of the class. I was too shy. I didn't like history. I didn't like English. None of that stuff. Okay? So all those excuses have to go away. And you have to understand this one statement. Everyone in this great country we live in has the opportunity to do something special with their lives. Every single one of us. We were all born with that inside of us. Now, we weren't born with a gift that says you're going to make it and you're not. she's going to make it and he's not. That's not what I'm saying. But it's in us. It was instilled in us. The God I serve didn't create no junk. I can tell you that right now. Okay? So it's there. You just got to dig in and find it. And boy, that's hard. That's hard. We never said this stuff's going to be easy. We just said it's going to be worth it. So if everything I just said, folks, is true, and I believe it with everything in my heart, why do so many people fail? See, that's a question that needs to be answered in your mind. If you can answer that question, you can help them from failing. See, what's the first step for an alcoholic? To admit he's got a problem. If you're running from the problem, you can't fix it. When you get up in the morning and look in the mirror, or you get off this call and go in to brush your teeth, look in the mirror. That's your problem. It's right there looking back at you. Nothing changes till something changes. And there's 6 inches between your ears. We got to change, and then 18 inches to your heart, and you're on the way. So statistics show us that Americans are among the wealthiest people in the world. Why do you think people are coming here? Land of opportunity, land of freedom. Okay? Yet, listen to this statistic. 85% of our population is broke by age 65. Broke. Flat busted broke. How many times do you walk into Walmart and there's a 16-year-old standing there saying, how can I help you? Can I show you anything? It's an 85-year-old person. And see, that breaks my heart, folks. They should be laying somewhere on the beach with somebody rubbing their feet. But nobody helped them plan for their future. Nobody helped them get their house in order. Nobody helped them learn the things that every single person listening to me this morning already knows. I'm not telling you anything new. You've heard motivational speaker after motivational speaker after motivational speaker. And you think you're going to come on a call this morning and hear one more motivational speaker, or you're going to get around me and touch my shirt and it's going to work. Bull sugars. It's not. You got to work. And you got to believe with everything in your heart that you can help change people's lives. And when you truly do that, these people are going to start retiring in dignity instead of poverty. These kids are going to go to school and come out and have a shot in life versus a student loan. See, let me give you a statistic that just burns me up. And I'll be on my soapbox on this one. Okay? Folks, if you don't realize it, the growingest debt in the United States today is student loans. It's not credit cards. It's not mortgages. It's student loans. So I'm going to give you an example. You take two 22-year-olds coming out of college. They fell in love. They want to get married and start a life. And both of them's got a $100,000 student loan that they ain't paid a dime on. Now think about this concept, folks. The government will lend an 18-year-old person with no credit $100,000 on a signature. And you and I go to a bank to borrow money, we got to prove we don't need it to get it. Something's wrong with that system. And I'm telling you what's wrong with it. In my opinion, it has nothing to do with anything other than the government. Now, I'm not here to get into all the politics, okay? That's not my thing. I'm just telling you, it don't matter. Republican, Independent, Democrat, it all works the same way to me, okay? But here's the thing. If you take a look and they come out with that $200,000 worth of debt, the day they get out, they get a letter saying your payment starts next month, $3,000 each. They ain't even got a job yet. And the interest rate, if you ain't never been behind on your taxes, don't do that one. I've been there. The interest rate is unlimited. They can charge you 42% if they want to. It's the government. Who's going to stop them? All right? They're not regulated. So bottom line, you got two student loans. Well, where you going to live? Unless you go live with your parents. What if your parents are dead? Where you going to live? Can't get a loan. Can't get a house. How you going to pay your rent? So the government says, don't worry about it. Come back. Come back. Come back. We love you. We're going to put you in government housing and cut your price down. Here it is. Now what happens? They own your debt. They own your home. They own your kids. Folks, I don't want this to happen to kids. I don't want it to happen to your kids, and I don't even know you. How do you spell dictatorship? That's how I spell it. It's coming. Now, some of you can agree to disagree. That's okay. We still love each other. But I'm just telling you, I see it every day in the business I'm in. And we fight with everything in us to sit down with people and fix these problems. And you're fighting to fix other problems. But what I'm saying is 85% of the population is retiring broke. You can't run from that. You can't hide from it. And less than 2% of our population will ever make six figures. Folks, entrepreneurship is what our country was built on. And we're not doing it. All right? So the number one reason that we fail is one word that I could talk on for 2 hours, and I can't because we're about out of time. But it's one word. F-E-A-R. Fear. People are simply scared. And you know what they're scared of? They're afraid of failing. And when you're afraid of failing, you simply give up on your dreams, folks. And you accept what life deals you. And you become a shell of a man or a shell of a woman, just walking around, looking at the ground, not even looking up, nothing to look forward to at all. And see, I was that man at Goodyear. I was like, it's just dying inside. Because I had dreams, and they were not coming true. And they wasn't going to come true unless something changed. And thank God I was able to be mentored by about 5 pretty solid people and help change my life. And that's when I made a commitment to go back and help change as many lives as I could. Because who am I to receive this blessing and not pass it on? Okay? So when I say afraid, I'm going to give you 10 things that you need to understand. And I think it's important, folks, because I'm going to wrap it up with telling you how to get in front of people. But what are you going to do when you get in front of people? See, that's the key. Everybody says, recruit. Well, what's that mean? I'm going to tell you what it means, okay? So I got about 10 things here that you need to write down and you need to understand and you need to look people in the eye. And when they're saying things, they're going to tell you one of these 10 or 3 of these 10 or whatever that they're afraid of, okay? Number 1, oh, man, I can't go in business for myself. I don't have any money, okay? Now, your job, listen to me close. Your job is to remove the objections and get closer. Not remove the objections and tick them off. So you got to become a magnet and you got to have yourself drawn to people. Dr. Breakthrough, people draw to him. And he's learned it. It's an art. It's an art. Okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, I don't have any money. Well, you're 45 years old. Hey, you broke. Okay, I just overcome the objection, but I just tick them off. And they walk away. But if I were to say something to them like, it's okay, relax. When I started my business, I didn't have any money. It's the old feel, felt, found. Know how you feel? Felt the same way, but let me tell you what I found out. It's okay, relax. Oh, this guy's going to help me. Listen to the tone of my voice change. See, voice is everything, folks. Voice and action and your hand movements and whatever, and all of that stuff, okay? So you don't need money to start your own business. It's a free enterprise system. We're not talking about going out and getting franchises. We're not talking about going out building skyscrapers and borrowing money and getting in debt. That's bondage again. We're talking about building your own business, okay? You could have a lawnmower and a trailer and a weed eater and be in business. And some of them live in some pretty nice homes, but there's a little nasty 4-letter word, work, okay? Nobody wants to mow grass. All right, I've done it with hand clippers, all right? So number 2, I don't have a college education. Guess what? I don't either. See, I talk to people all the time, say I graduated cum cum laude. I graduated thinking laude. They got rid of me in 12 years, keep looking at me 13. School wasn't my thing. I was voted most likely to fail, I promise you. It is what it is. 0 on all the oral book reports. Too shy to get in front of somebody. Now I've spoken in front of tens of thousands of people. Why? Because I believe, okay? I don't have any knowledge of any special area. Everybody's born with talents, but we overlook them. My pastor has 3 of the most beautiful daughters you ever seen in his life, beautiful wife, just a beautiful family. All of them sing like birds. Every single one of them. They in the youth choir, they sing every Sunday. The pastor's got an amazing voice. He just sings when he feels like it. But bottom line, one of his daughters, Sydney, reminds me of me when I was her age. She's shy. and she barely gets up there. And they have to coax her to get her up there. But I'm going to tell you one thing, boy, when they put that microphone in her hand and the spirit hits, that girl can sing. She's got the prettiest voice of all of them put together, but she don't use it as much. And every week, it never fails. I walk over, Sydney's on the front row, on the other side. I'm like, Sydney, you going to sing for me next week? You going to sing for me next week? Last week, guess what? She sung for me. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But you got to encourage people. Everybody has something special. Everybody has something. If you've ever played sports and you're out there and it's 93 degrees and you practicing football and you loaded with pads and this and you done hit the ground and you can't get up, you can't breathe, you can't do nothing. Who's the most important person on that team at that point? The water boy. You about to die. You need some water. You ain't laughing at him now. Everybody's important. I don't have any experience. I don't either. What's experience? I can't even spell it. Okay? So these are excuses that people are going to come up with, folks. And you got to be willing to overcome them. You don't need any experience. I've got people going to teach you. Let me ask you something. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm an accountant. I'm this. I do numbers. Wow. Did you know how to do that one morning when you just woke up, or did somebody help you? Oh, well, I went to school. I went to class. I got with the people in there, and they mentored me. So then you learn how to do it, right? Yeah. You don't think you could learn another trade? I really believe that's a hard trade. I believe mine's a little easier. I'd be willing to help you learn it. I mean, just talk to people. It's not razzle-dazzle. I can't give up my guaranteed income. You don't have to. I didn't either. I worked part-time 2 years before I went full-time. Remove the objection, get closer. But just know these are the 10 top excuses they're going to give you that you got to turn into reasons. I have 15 years vested in my current position. Yes, you do. And let me ask you something. Have you ever seen anybody retire at your company? Yeah. Y'all throw a retirement party, celebrate, do that? Yeah. We did that at Goodyear, too, when I was there. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. Did you ever see any of them later on, maybe at a service station or working in Walmart, being a greeter, or maybe at the little place down on the corner, waiting tables or setting people? You know what? Yeah. And what did they tell you? Oh, they just wanted to do something to get out of the house. I said, that's not true. They didn't plan for the future. They were broke. So the 15 years you got, you can put another 15 years in. And let me ask you this. I don't want to be real personal with you, but the 15 years you put in, are you sitting at a point right now that you could retire and walk away? Oh, no. Are you halfway there? Oh, no. Are you a third of the way there? No. Then what do you think is going to change for the next 15 years? See, they don't think like this, folks. They don't. You just got to get them thinking. I'm not being rude. I'm asking them where they're at. That's all I'm asking. Serious questions that are not invasive. And some people say, well, I don't feel comfortable talking to you about that. That's okay. You don't have to. But I'm trying to offer you an opportunity to change your life. Okay? I'm scared. Good. I wake up scared every day. That's why I wake up at 4 o'clock. I wake up at 5 o'clock. Go to bed at 3 and get up at 5 because I'm scared. What are you scared of? I'm scared that people are going to keep retiring broke. I'm scared that these college loans are going to put people in bondage. All that, I'm fearful of all that stuff for everybody around me. And somebody's got to go out here and tell them about it. And I think I've been charged up to do that. Okay? I don't like sales. I don't either. I don't sell anything. What do you mean you don't sell anything? I don't sell anything. Open opportunity. That's what I sell. Be in business for yourself. How you do that? I'll teach you. I can't talk to people. You talking to me? What do you mean you can't talk to people? Very pleasant voice. I can stand here and talk to you all day. So, folks, I'll sum them up real quick. I don't have any money. I don't have a college degree. I don't have any knowledge of spatial area. I don't have any experience. I don't know what kind of business to go into. I can't give up my guaranteed income. I have 15 years invested in my position. I'm scared. I don't like sales. I can't talk to people. All of that is bondage. Who teaches it? Everybody at your work. Why? Because they don't want to lose you. because they're going to have to train somebody else. It's all about them, not about you. Just think about it, folks. This is a real deal. So what do we really do? What do we really do? We need to show people or help people live their dreams. Very simple. We have a motto in there, is live the life you desire. But we need to show people how to live their dreams. So how do we do that? There's about 4 simple steps. Prospect is number 1. What does that mean? Show yourself friendly. Be that magnet I've been talking about. Talk to people. There's a concept that people get backwards. Monday, I'm going to go out and prospect. I'm going to dress up, smell good, look good, and I'm going to walk around and prospect on Monday. You don't go out to prospect. You prospect while you're out. It becomes a way of life. If you look, Dr. Stan sent a little video. I was at Home Depot Saturday with 2 of my grandbabies. Cutest little thing you ever seen. They're making them little toys. I'm sitting there with them. My wife's taking pictures, laughing and crying at the same time. And my brother sends me a text and says, y'all leave him that long enough, that boy building a house. Y'all better get him out of there. So bottom line, I'm having fun. I'm living the life I desire. The kids getting free cookies. They're getting juice boxes. All this. They're sitting around with the other kid. They got paint all over them. I mean, just a blast. Well, just the way I carry myself, just the way I talk, just the way I got 2 names while I was there. People, excuse me, sir, what do you do for a living? His own, man. His own. So prospect. And all that is showing yourself friendly, asking questions, and waiting for the answers. That's where we mess up, folks. We try to jump all over people. And I don't even use the word recruit. You won't find it anywhere in my business. If I'm going to recruit you, I got to tell you how good I am. I got to tell you how good my company is. I got to tell you how good the companies I represent are. I got to tell you we don't make mistakes. We're better than everybody else out there. Da 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 da. I don't do that. I hire people, and to hire people, you interview them. And when you interview people, you ask questions. So if I'm prospecting, and people say, "What do I do?" I'll have a couple of power statements. You're going to have your own. Okay? I show people how to make an extra $500,000 a month, working 1 or 2 days a week. You know anybody be interested? Yeah, me. Give me a name and number. And stop. Stop. Folks, I can give you a clue. You're running people off. Because I did it. You're throwing up all of them. Nobody wants to hear it. Just get their number. They're at Home Depot. They're with their grandkids, too. Call them later. Okay, within 24 to 48 hours, set up an appointment, go sit down and talk to them. But not in Home Depot, taking their time away from the family. Just don't switch card. Don't get a card. Don't give a card. They're going to throw it in file 13. Get a phone number. Make them write it down. If they got a card, take the card. It's got the phone number on it. But I don't give cards unless I get a card. Okay, cards are useless. All right? So you get a way to get back in touch with them. All right? Now, what else do we do? When we're prospecting, we go overboard and we give them all the information. Wrong. All you got to do is perfect the invitation, leave the presentation to the experts. You know who an expert is? Anybody with a briefcase 3 miles from home. It's your upline, your sideline, Dr. Stan, Pastor Kenny, whoever. Okay? It is who it is. Get them on the phone with somebody. If they know you, definitely don't talk to them because they know you. I had no pull whatsoever with anybody that worked with me at Goodyear because I was a tire builder. I didn't know them more than they did. Their house might have been bigger than mine. What am I going to teach them? All of a sudden, I wake up one night and I'm a financial expert? I don't think so. And they didn't think so either. But I could put them in front of somebody that was a financial expert. Okay? So learn that one. Don't sell what you can't deliver. Because I don't care how good you are. I don't care how good your company is. I don't care how good your product is. You're going to make a mistake. You're going to fail them because we're all human. And the minute you do, you lied to me. You're just like everybody else. I'm out of here. You want to know why they walk away? You lied to them. Now, did you lie to them? No. But in their mind, they did. Perception becomes reality. So I don't make any promises. People say, what makes y'all different than everybody else? I said, you're talking to them. If I tell you something, I'm going to deliver. Lord willing, I'm going to deliver. That's it. That's what makes us different. We care about people. I'm not going to talk to you about my products. My products are the same as everybody else. My carry is the same as everybody else. My leads are the same as everybody else. How many systems can you have? The difference is the integrity of the company and who we are and the way we run it. And come on in and I'll show you what that is. Okay? So number 2, social media. Folks, I don't think we use this enough. I don't think we use it enough. Social media could be anything from anything. I mean, you got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got Facebook, you got all this stuff. But you got to get somebody to help you with that stuff, folks. Just posting. I had one of my companies that I'm working on. It's a cabin rental business, and it's just not attracting as many people. And I got a lady there that's old school, and I've been working with her to try to get social media. And she's like, I got a little girl hired that's a blogger. She's going to do this, do that, take pictures, lifestyle, all this stuff. And she sent her a bill yesterday for $500. The lady called me and said, Philip, I've got a problem. She said, we're already doing this, and you now put somebody else in here. And I said, well, you're not doing it. You're not attracting people. We post every day. I said, okay, go to your Facebook. I'll go with you. I said, I'm not mad at you. You're doing a great job. I'm trying to help you. He said, but $500 a month. I said, it's my money, not yours. So relax. I own the company. You work there. Love you, respect you, but listen to me a minute. I see you post. 2 people looked at it. 3 people looked at it. 4 people. 1. You're getting no traffic. What does that mean? Exactly. It means you need help. So she's going to do this. I want you to support her. I want you to talk to her about the culture, what we do, how we do, why we should attract more cabin rentals, why we should attract more people. She's going to build landing pages. She's going to do all these things that me or you, either one, don't know how to do. And we're going to get tens of thousands of people following us, and the cabins are going to be full. And I'm going to be happy, and you can get a raise. Yes, sir, we'll do it. So I don't think we use it the right way. You just can't go out and post, and you check it out, and 2 people look, all right, I'm on my way. No, you got to have tens of thousands of people looking at this stuff. And there's ways to do it, and it's not that expensive. The next thing is we, in our business, we use ZipRecruiter, Career Builders, Hot Jobs, all that stuff because we're hiring people. So that may or may not work in what you're doing, but it's some of the best that I've seen out there. And last but not least is friends and family. Folks, throw the word referral out of your vocabulary. People do not give referrals. They despise to give out their referrals. It's just a word they don't like. Can I have 10 referrals? No, we don't give referrals. So when I end, whatever I end, if I'm hiring somebody, if they bought something from me, whatever, okay, understand this principle, and I'm almost done. The person being serviced should be the person to say thank you. Let me repeat that. The person being serviced should be the person to say thank you. I was in a restaurant last night with 22 of us, my entire family, for my daughter's birthday. Okay? This lady come out, she waited on us, she did it. I mean, we thanked her and thanked her. I raised my kids to do it, my grandkids to do it. That woman was smiling. She was getting thank yous all over the place. Nobody had a complaint. No, she was working hard to take care of us. We took care of her. We gave her cake. We fed her. We put money all over the table, tipped her, everything. Okay? But we were telling her thank you. So at the end of a presentation, if you say thank you for your business, what are you really saying? Thank you for my paycheck. People are smart enough to know that. You say, I would never say that. Perception becomes reality again. That's their perception. By the way, you know anybody I can make money off of? I don't give referrals. Well, I didn't say it that way, Phil. That's what they heard. So reverse that thing. Sir, ma'am, Dr. Breakthrough, are you happy in every way with the service I was able to provide for you and your family? Do you feel like you're better off when I'm walking out the door than when I came in the door? Yeah, Philip, I really appreciate it. I'm glad I could be of service to you, buddy. He just thanked me. I'm glad I could be of service to you. You know anybody else I could be of service to? Oh, I don't give referrals. I apologize for the misunderstanding, sir, but I didn't ask for referrals. I asked, do you have any family members that could use what I got? Your kids are going to go to college now without student loans. How about your sister? Do you have one? Yeah. You think she's got this set up? I don't know. Wouldn't you like to? But yeah, but I don't give referrals. Sir, it's not a referral. Did I twist your arm? Somebody, Dr. Breakthrough sent me to see you, and are you thankful he sent me over here? Yeah. You don't think your sister's going to respond the same way? I'm not that snake oil salesman who's going to run and ring her doorbell and, try to interrupt dinner and all that stuff. I'm going to call her up very professionally. Say, I was in with your brother. He asked me to come see you, and what's a good time? If she says no, I'm going to ask you to call her. Well, I said, look, let me ask you something. When I sit down with you, if something had happened to you today, your family would have been devastated, correct? Yeah. Your family's okay now, right? Yeah. You took care of that. Again, I appreciate it. All right. Your sister, is she married? Yeah. She got a husband? Yeah. Okay. Bottom line, she work? Yeah. Who's the dominant breadwinner? They're about equal, but probably a little bit him. Okay. Great. So let me ask you something. If he don't make it home tomorrow, what happens to her? I don't know. Again, how many kids she got? 3. You got room for them? No, I don't have room for them. I got my family here. Where they going to go, dude? We need to fix this. Why you giving me so much objections here? I just want to help your sister. You're right. You're right. So, folks, I never walk out of a house with at least minimum 10 people to go see. Minimum. Without asking for referrals. Okay? So here's the thing. I'm summing it up right here, I promise. Last thing, I'm a Baptist preacher. Last thing, it's 12 o'clock. We're going to lunch. Okay? Bottom line, we simply ask questions, but the second step to this, please don't miss it, folks. We have to listen very close for the answers. We've done all kinds of studies. We have human behavior. And human behavior is you ask a question, and before they can answer, you ask another one. And before they can answer, you ask another one. And for that reason, if somebody introduces you and says, this is Bill, this is Philip, before you can open your mouth, you can't remember his name. Why? Because you're thinking about how you're going to impress him. But here's how you learn to say his name. Bill, I'm such a pleasure to meet you. Bob's told me so much about you. Man, Bill, he told me, you just repeat his name 6, 7 times in the opening statement. It's all about him, not you. And you'll never forget the guy's name. So if I ask you a question and I take my hand and put it over my mouth, it leaves me 2 ears. God designed us this way on purpose. We're supposed to hear twice as much as we say. We call it discovery. It's the key to winning. Ask the question, listen to the answer. Repeat the answer. Let them hear it. Ask another question. Listen to the answer. Put it in your mind. Write it on a piece of paper if you're sitting down. Do your discovery. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Because here's the final statement I'm going to give you this morning. And believe it, you can leave it alone. But people don't care how much you know till they know how much you care.